You're going to be playing for a lot in this game Wednesday. How do you think that's going to change the dynamics of the match?
Well, they have to win. We're certainly going to play to win. But if we get 7 points in the next 3 games, we're in, regardless of what happens in the other games. So, they'll be, we're both under pressure, but they'll be under more pressure than us to get the 3 points. But in saying that, we're going to play for the 3 points, no doubt about it. But we need to be patient as well in terms of how we go about getting those 3 points.
You always talk about your team responding with their backs against the wall. Not that they are, but obviously control your own destiny. But 2 tough matches in a row. Do you think, refine the focus going into?
It's a big week. Obviously, we've got 3 games that will determine kind of where we're at going in the last game. And we need to be in position going in that last game. What we don't want to do is drop 2 results, and then now we don't control what happens in that last game, similar to last year, if you remember. We were in a position last year going to the last game that, if we won and Vancouver lost, we were in. But, we also knew that if we won and they won, that they were in. So we don't want to be in that position this year. So I look at these next 2 games and really the next game, because we will know after our game versus RSL, based on our result with them, but also the San Jose and the Kansas City result, we'll kind of know where things are at going in the LA game. Unfortunately, we won't know the Kansas City and San Jose game until after our game. So that's why we're going for 3 points. We're going to assume that 7 points is what it's going to take to get us in. We know that if we get 7 points, that we're in. So we control, where things are at right now, as long as we get at a minimum 7 points. Could be less, but we're not going to assume that.
RSL is obviously playing well. What's right now? What's changed in the last month or 2 with them?
Well, I think they've been like most teams in the league. They've been in like us, up and down. They 2 games ago dropped a result, and then last game they won. So, I think their backs have been against the wall. They've got experienced players, and they knew they needed to win. And for the most part, they've taken care of business. I think it's 3 out of the last 4 games were wins, and I think it's because they knew they had to. I think with a team like they have, when they know they need to win, they dig deep, and they've got experience in those pressure situations, and I think that's been showing in their play. Obviously, they added the player Martinez. They've got a few guys healthy, so that's a part of it as well. But I think the biggest part is they knew they needed to win.
Can you give us an update on Will Johnson, how he's done since the surgery?
So he's getting better every day. Hopefully he'll be back on the pitch training soon. We're gearing up later in the week for that. Hopefully Thursday, Friday, we'll see. And then it's whether or not he's fit. He did lose some fitness, obviously being out with the surgery a couple weeks, and and yet he's maintained a good amount of fitness. He wasn't out that long, and he's a naturally fit guy. So we're hoping to have him back in training end of the week, and then we'll have to figure out where his fitness levels are.
So maybe Colorado, maybe playoffs is what you...
I think, anything can happen. Who knows? Maybe LA. But I think that's probably going to be tight in terms of his fitness. So maybe Colorado, but then again, we don't know. It's gonna kind of be a day-by-day process of where he's at and how he's feeling. We know where he was at when he left, and he was fit then, but he was feeling a little discomfort. So does he come back and get back fit like he was and feel any different? I mean, those are the questions I think we all have. At this point, we don't know yet if he feels much different than he did before the surgery. Obviously, his leg feels better without those screws in there, but does it change this year, the performance and how he moves? And I think the biggest thing again is he going to be fit enough to get around the park like we need him to get around the park as a box-to-box guy?
Thank you.